flossing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the...
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Johnson now on 1st and 10. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Barkley. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ryan Shazier got in that time. The 1st-round pick of 2014. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Johnson. for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Rodgers now on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and the Colts first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, Safarian Jenkins has it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kerryon Johnson, 36 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the 1st. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nicole Hardman, 70 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Johnson throwing on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And now he's going to use his legs. 36 yards on the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Preston Smith there on the stop. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Completes it to Hardman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. Flush to his right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. It's their quarterback. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, look your rooms at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, his second sack of the night. Throwing is Rodgers. This complete to Lockett.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Johnson throwing to start the drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. That'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Johnson, a final shot before break. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Fancy footwork in midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his full. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
A spectacular return of 96 yards. Great blocking in front of him on special teams as well as he takes it to the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. Fighting through pressure. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Antoine Woods able to get him for a loss of about 3. Johnson now throwing on 3rd and long. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Johnson being chased out left. He'll run it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Rodgers. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On second and goal, Rodgers. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, and ended up in the end zone. But how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's two sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great, D-line not very good.
As well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Saquon Barkley. 64 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp. And
I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And the catch made by Johnson. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Colts on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Screenplay, Johnson. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rodgers again now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. He gets this one to Johnson. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015...
It's a foot race. 20, 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
55. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He completes it to Jones. And some room to work. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Johnson from the gun, he'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. Here's Johnson on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
2nd and 3. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Johnson operating from the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. Johnson. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for that first Thursday night game.